Hey guys, how you doing? I have to apologize. I never gave my first name on any of the videos I posted so far. The two videos I posted so far. My name is Phil. My friends call me Dr. Phil 2.0, but you can just call me Phil. And the video I'm making today is unusual. It's something I feel that needs to be done, and I think I want to make this short, but I don't know if I'm able to do that because it involves quite a bit. But I'll try my best. So, the advice I'm giving here, at first, I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself, but the advice I'm going to give, anybody can use. Um, so, here it goes. I've been a construction worker for 38 years until I could no longer work due to shoulder injuries, among other injuries. And for the last 10 years, I've been working as a safety consultant in the construction industry, helping people with their safety programs and making sure they have the training they need to work safely on their jobs. Um, I've injured myself numerous times in my career. And each time, depending on the age, when you injure yourself, you can spring back. You can bounce back from it when you're young and healthy. But you understand that you're just banking that pain. You're just banking that. And what I mean by that is you spring back, but your body doesn't forget that. So if, say, you broke your leg, guess what? When you get older, you're going to feel arthritis in that leg. Say you constantly injured your back, there's no free ride. The injury your back sustained, you're going to get that. You're going to get that pain later in life. So a lot of people go, oh, I broke this bone, I broke that bone, I did this, I did that. Well, guess what? There's no free ride. You will pay the price later. So be careful. I worked construction until I was 53. No, 50, I think, somewhere there, somewhere around that age. And that's way too old. Uh, Construction should be a trade that is a stepping stone to something better. If you want to be a project manager, supervisor, foreman, owner of a business, start out as a construction worker, but be careful. Be careful with what you do. Don't don't injure yourself. Don't try to prove yourself to the older guys or anyone else on site that you're the man or you're the woman. You owe nobody nothing. You don't have to prove anything to anyone. But that's the game they play in the field. Don't get caught up in that game. Stand strong, hold your head up high, do the best you can do, and you've done everything possible for your craft, for your career. And you have nothing to be ashamed of. Work with integrity and just do the right thing. That's what it comes down to. An honest day's pay. You've heard that. So you work your 8 hours, you get paid for 8 hours. And these are things you need to do. You need to, excuse me, you need to, and I know I said it before, you need to choose your careers. You need to choose your career wisely. Choose your career wisely. That's the bottom line. If I had to do it all over again, I would have chose a different career or maybe shortened this stint in the construction industry and went on to something else. I never went to high school, so I wasn't all that smart. I had street smarts. I can figure things out if I did them. If I'm working on something, I can figure it out. It may take me longer than most people, but I can figure it out. Man, it's difficult. This next thing I'm going to say is difficult to say, and it's something I know people watching my videos are wondering what's going on, but you'll notice on my right cheek is more puffy than the left side. I was born with a birth defect where my jaw was tilted, curved to one side, I had a crooked smile, and excuse me, I gotta get some water. And so I had that corrected. 1997. Many, many years. I was 30 years old at the time. And I'm 63 now. Yeah. 1997 is when the surgery took place. They ended up breaking the bone on this side of my jaw and on this side and removing bone, moving the jaw straight. Took bone out from up here because I had a lot of gum showing. So they took bone out up here, left the front teeth up, the front mandible up, and then they wired my mouth shut after everything got, fixed, straightened out. A 13-hour surgery. 3 hours after that surgery, I sneezed and I broke my jaw. I didn't feel any pain because I was on major painkilling medication. But I can grab my whole jaw, top part and bottom part, since it was still wired together, and I was moving it like this. And it would move from side to side. Freakiest thing. My wife freaked out. My girlfriend at the time. She freaked out. My mom freaked out. And I went back into surgery the next day. I had to sleep with that like that. Can you imagine? Just floating around. But I had surgery the next day. They got me in for emergency surgery. So I got in 6-hour surgery on that time. So right now, I've got wires underneath my eye sockets going to the top part of my mandible. And the reason that's there is because the bone is, they called it eggshell. And it's so thin that if somebody were to hit me, it'd shatter my jaw. Just like an eggshell. It's real super delicate. And I've got wire going across my jaw here. And I got an X across here because they put some bone in there to find me a chin. So I've got, if you were to see an x-ray, and I looked for it because I thought I had it here, but I've got all my medical records and for some reason I can't find that x-ray. But I got a cross of wires right here. So whenever I go in to get my teeth cleaned or teeth checked, they see all these wires in there. They're shocked. And then I got screws and all kinds of stuff. I'm like the Terminator in my jaw. After the jaw surgery was complete and I was healed up, and years later, 10 years later, started seeing a puffiness on my right cheek, and I'm going, what the heck? I figured it was maybe an infection, maybe a wire is moving around, caused me irritation. But I found out that when they cut the jaw on this side here, because I went and talked to specialists and they took x-rays, when they cut the jaw in this area here, it was cut jagged, not smooth. So the muscle, when they repositioned it back where it belonged, you know how they pull it out of the way to do the work, they repositioned that muscle over that bone. And every time I chewed, it would be like working out with weights. So this is not fat. This is actually jaw muscle that is overused. This side they did correctly. They smoothed it out. The muscle was put in the right spot. Everything worked. but this side here. So it's tough to live with because I hate seeing myself on videos. I hate seeing myself in pictures. I love to smile. I love to laugh. I would love to be in pictures, but I just don't photograph well. And as my friend Larry says, some people's faces were meant to be on the radio. There's a lot of truth to that. I know I'm one, and Larry says he's one, so I'm in good company. But yeah, I just wanted to express a few things, express, share with you about me, tell you who I am, what my experiences are, what my experiences are. And one quick thing here, and in a couple months, I'll be having back surgery for L4, L5. They got to fuse that together because I've had spine injuries my entire life, ever since about the age of 20. And I've had injuries in construction involving my back. And the pain's so intense. The doctors at Kaiser said, well, it's neuropathy. And I wasn't buying it, and I'm still not buying that. The people at the people at Kaiser say, the specialists and the surgeons, and they go, well, and the neurologists, you've got neuropathy. It's like, okay. And so I wanted to make an appointment with the spine clinic, and Kaiser couldn't see me right away, and I wanted the appointment, and so they went out third party outside of Kaiser. So the spine clinic in Olympia, Washington, they can fit me in. So I went in there, and he goes, I don't know that it's so much neuropathy as it is a pinched nerve in your L4, L5 area. And my feet for the last 7 years have been slowly and steadily getting numb. Right now, they hurt like I would cuss right now. I'm not going to do that. But, oh yeah, it's, man, it's so painful. You want out of the pain. You want out of the pain. Any way you can. You hope God would take you, but you get so desperate, man, and you just got to do what you got to do, and it's really hard, very hard to live with this agony, because it's not living. This isn't living. The pain is real, and I got a high tolerance for pain. I mean, I get that jaw surgery. I mean, after the medication wore off, it was brutal. And shoulder surgeries, foot surgery, eye surgery, brain surgery. I've had so many surgeries. I had this back surgery will be surgery number 10 on my body. And it's all because of my abuse. Some caused by me, some not. Some by the industry. Some just nature taking its course, I guess. I don't know why I got a tumor on my pituitary gland that destroyed that. I have no idea why I got that or how that came about. But the surgeon in Olympia, he said, "Heals Phil, I've done hundreds of these surgeries." He said, "In you, I can alleviate your pain." He says, I'll fuse your L4, L5 vertebrae together, and then I'll widen the opening for your nerves so it moves freely. And he says the numbness in your feet are going to go away almost instantly. I am cautiously optimistic about this surgery and the results it would produce. But I see a lot. I've been watching YouTube. I looked on YouTube, and I see a lot of people on there praising the surgery, saying it was difficult for the first 3 to 4 weeks, but they would do it all over again. And just to hear their testimony gave me optimism and hope. Sorry, my mouth is extremely dry. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to follow through with it. I get 20 pounds to lose because I have to be at a certain body mass index. So there's no wavering on that. If I'm a pound over come surgery day, they won't do the surgery. It all has to do with how your body reacts. If you're too heavy, it could give you blood clots. The instruments may not reach the desired location to do the job they need to do, which is, I find odd. You think they'd have different lengths of tools, but I'm excited. It's hard to lose weight when you have pain in your feet and in your legs. Just to let you know how it feels, it's like I tell people this. They say, "What's the pain you feel?" I said, if you were to go put your feet in a freezer, let them get frostbite, let them turn purple, and where they hurt to the touch, and then you got a Band-Aid, an Ace Band-Aid wrapped as tight as you can. You can feel that tightness on your toes. And then you try to heat up your feet, but it still freezes. No matter, you can have a blowtorch on your feet, but your feet are still ice cold. You can never get warm. And the intense pain of that frostbite feeling and the numbness of the feet, the tightness of the toes, the numbness of the legs all the way up to the knees and climbing. It's extremely, extremely painful, and I don't wish that on anyone. And I'm not complaining. I hope you don't take this as complaining. I'm opening up to you to let you know that if you're going through challenges like this, you're not alone. I don't want you to feel alone. I want you to reach out to me. You know, if you want to like and subscribe and be a part of my group, that'd be great. But I'm leaving that up to you. This is your life. If you get value from anything I'm saying, that's great. But I am being sincere. I'm opening my heart up to you. This is probably going to be the only video I do where I talk this seriously about myself and personally about myself, because I just want these videos to be lighthearted, 5-minute videos. Here I'm at almost 20 minutes talking about challenges I've dealt with. But I did that in order for you to feel comfortable to reach out to me, to listen to me. I promise you, I will make a commitment that I will put out a video as often as I can, and I will try not to exceed 3 to 4 days. And the video may be something silly, it may be something interesting to you, maybe it's not. But I hope by you getting to know me personally, as personally as you can through YouTube, that you will get some kind of an idea of the person I am. I love to laugh. I love to make people laugh. I love to do impressions. I love to tell jokes. And I do love to make people happy. And I really do. I want people to be happy. I've put other people's feelings over my own, sometimes to a detriment to myself, but I just love to make life easy for people. And if you would allow me to, I'd like to help you by providing you with guidance, a soft place to land when you feel down and defeated. I want you to comment, ask me questions, If you want me to pray for you or with you, I'll do that. But understand that you're not alone. Some of us had it rough, but it seems like the ones that had it rough love to pay it forward. I guess that's where I find myself. So I hope one day to, converse with you on the comment section of my channel and under my videos. And I really appreciate you, and I care about you. Like you said, my name is Phil, and I'd love to be your friend. I sincerely mean that. So thank you for watching my video. I've got more videos that I'm going to produce coming up. I'm a big movie producer. No, I just, Larry inspired me. I saw Larry's videos and he inspired me. And you'll see him. He's on YouTube still. He's an older guy. Older than me by about 10 years, I think. Really good guy. Check out his videos. But he inspired me. And this is actually fun. And I feel like I'm being productive. So thank you for watching, sincerely. And I look forward to making more videos and chatting with you in the comments section. Be good to yourself. Be gentle with yourself. And I will talk to you later.